So welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we are taking a look at a game called Forest of the Impaled, Dracula's Final Stand. What an evocative title that is. And this is from Command Post Games, and I apologize in advance, we're going to be competing with the sound of my dishwasher in the kitchen because, well, I'm not normally at home during the day, normally I'm at work, and I've got all the dishes running, I didn't really think about it, so apologize for that. But this is a... Okay, Command Post Games. Let's start with them. They are... it's a smaller company, and they do kind of tabletop wargaming, but it's blocks, and they do special movement with different pieces. They got lots of Napoleonics and ACW titles. This is obviously not that. This is one of their newer games, so we are going to check this out. This is the first one of theirs I've ever played, so I'm excited to see what it's like, tactile on the table. I think Grant played... he played Antietam. I think that's which one it was. He's played one of their other titles with Matt. I've not played it, so this is my first kind of exposure to these. So we're going to open it up and get looking. As you can see, it comes in a big tube. This is how it was mailed. US Postal Service has kind of like a special mailer that this comes in, so it wasn't broken or anything. This little bit of sticker, this is on the plastic. This was a sticker I peeled off so we could see the name of it better, but that didn't work out. But if you look on here, there's a little bit of advertising, kind of a blurb here. Now, so this can play up to 7 people. It's a two-sided game. It's Dracula and the Transylvanians versus the Ottomans, who are kind of invading. But the Ottoman forces can be divided into up to 6 players, and they basically play together to defeat Dracula. But the more players you have, your kind of individual generals and communication becomes a really big part of this. So I'll be interested to see if we get more players to it, how that compares to just a regular kind of a 2-player game. Obviously, you can kind of see from this example here, Dracula's got a very small amount of forces in black, and there's a lot of red Ottoman forces. So it's a numbers game, but Dracula has a lot of special abilities, knows the terrain, has defending fortresses, castles, things like that. So lots of stuff to get into. 1 to 2 hours to play, so I'll be interested to see how accurate that is as well. We're going to just pop the cap off here. And big old kind of tube roll here. We're going to kind of pull everything out. Alright. And there's a bunch of versions of these games. So when you buy it, there's a lot of things to consider. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff falling out here. We've got a map, and this is a very heavy paper stock, but it's rolled so you don't get the fold lines. You can do it in traditional packaging. There's a couple of... These are cloth bags. Red and black Ottoman and Dracula's forces. Okay. The rest of this... So this is now empty. Set that aside. This is just that kind of advertising and front cover. So it's got the title and that blurb on the back. This isn't really anything part of the game-wise. That's just packaging. So we'll slide that back in the tube. Okay. So I've got some stickers, which we'll get to. So here's the rules. Now the rules are obviously curled up a little bit, so... But you have historical artwork on the back. Vlad the Impaler. I forget what the Ottoman leader's name was. I forget. It'll be in here though. But this is really at most 10 pages of rules. These are the multiplayer changes, because really they teach it as a 2-player game, I think. Here's the initial setup. And you can see there's just huge amount of forces versus Dracula's smaller forces there. Pieces, explains what they are, how to move the pieces. And this particular title is an area movement game. Some of the other ones, it's kind of a free-form map and you use little chain links and things. This is not that. This is a nice little area movement game. Combat resolution. Changing turn order, how to win the game. Really not a lot of rules, so I'm hoping this one is quick to learn and quick to play. Okay. So we do have stickers, and we'll kind of open the rules here again. These these are kind of rounded stickers, and these are little square ones. Oh, let's get these in focus so you can see them. Hello. Okay. Now if we look back in the pieces bit of the rulebook, the rounded ones are command chits, and then the square ones, which each have 2 stickers on them, are generals. So each of your command chit, which are a tiny little cube, it's going to have this on the back facing towards you as the player, and this on top as an identifier of faction. So each of the command blocks in the Ottoman army, each of the generals, sorry, will have the kind of the moon and the star on top, and then on the back of it they'll have the actual specific general, his little kind of symbol, you would say. And the same for Dracula here, he's got these 2. Alright. So, let's open up the bag of the Ottoman pieces, and I'm expecting a lot of red blocks in here. Oh, I don't know if we'll have anything else. Ooh. Okay. So this is a lot of all the pieces. So here we have a lot of, we have these black. Okay, we got 6 of these black chits. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think these. Oh, I don't know about those. Either way, these little rectangular pieces, these are the armies. You figure this is kind of like it's a formation of men, and they've kind of got them in like a line formation if you were going for Napoleonic terminology there. And then we have cubes. These are going to get these square general stickers on them. These are going to go on these cubes. So you have a general, and I'll have a bunch of his forces kind of laid out with him. And they're going to move from area to area. We'll come back to those black pieces. Maybe we've got some more in here. Ooh. It's nice that they include these little baggies. Oh, okay. This has a lot of other bits and pieces in it too. Alright. So, we have some translucent red tiddlywinks. We have some dice. Always like that when they include dice, and it looks like there's a good number of them as well. So there's 4 red dice, 4 black dice, and then there's other larger d6 as well. And we got a couple more of these. Okay, I guess they divvied that up. So there's 3, 6, 7, 8 of those round cylindrical pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the command chits. Basically going to stick these on these, and they go in a cup or a bag. You can draw them from a bag, and that's how you're going to determine who goes when and where. Dracula's got 2 general cubes. And then he's got his black rectangular forces as well. And just looking at it, you can see once again the overwhelming numbers of red versus black. This isn't going to be a straight out fight. There is one thing that I will show you here. This came with it. This is, I don't know if you can see here. This is a textured. So this is a material. This is like a, I don't even know what you'd call this, but it's got the same map printed on it. This is kind of a sample because there is an upgrade option where you can buy like this material map. It's a bit heavier. It looks incredibly cool. That's what our friend Matt has in one of his ACW games. It's expensive, but they give you a little sample to say, here's what you're missing out on. So that's fun and something to think about, because these really are beautiful collector's pieces. But let's take a look at the map. Here's like the most important part. Oh, he says. Okay, now remember this was curled up. I've just laid it out and it's not on anything. That lays pretty decently flat considering. And as you can see, it's kind of this dark yellow, tan, brown, beige color. It's supposed to look like a filthy old piece of parchment map. You've got the dividing river down here, the Danube, and so you can have all of the Ottomans starting down here, and they're invading Wallachia and Transylvania, trying to get north, basically. There's a series of castles and towns printed on the map, with some other markings as well. So, and I don't know if you can see, it's not, in real life it's fairly clear. These dotted lines, it's pretty decent to see what's what and where. Might have a little bit of a hard time once you get all the pieces on reading the names of things, but I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. But yeah, all in all, this is a really nice looking map. So, and again, this is paper. Probably I'll put a plexi on it, if I'm honest, just to, I don't want to curl up and knock my pieces off. But you can buy this material one if you wanted, and it's, I would presume the curling is less obvious with those. Plus it looks and feels fancy, right? That's a big part of it. But all in all, okay, the other thing, when I open this up, I had some pieces of paper drop on the floor. Oh. And it is a black and white version, like a little kind of legal letter size piece of paper that just has the map on it with all the markings. So I guess if you haven't, once you've got all the pieces arrayed, you can use this as a reference just to see who's what and where, instead of having to move them. Oh, what's this area called? Oh, it's Bucharest. Oh, what's this area called? Okay, you've got it all here on a little side piece of paper, and there's two of these. So you could laminate these if you wanted to, but then if you laminate them, you'd have a hard time getting them back in the roll. So, yeah, I guess we'll just keep them like they are then in that instance. But all in all, I'm excited to play this one. I've never played one of their games. Grant said the other one was really, really good. So this is a fascinating theme, right? I don't know if I've ever played anything like this ever before. I think the only other really popular Dracula game is Fury of Dracula, which is very different. That's more like the book. But this is, you know, a historical war game based on the Ottoman invasion of Transylvania, so it'll be fun to play it. It'll be fun to play it and to see what it's like. Cool theme, really cool looking pieces. So you'll see a review for this one coming up real soon. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com.